YouTube? This is your boy Lascel, the M.B.A. back at you today, back at you again for my boss community, my boss ladies, my boss players. Today we got a new video covering business as usual, and today's business topic is fear, which is stopping a lot of us from starting our businesses. But not just fear, but the fact that fear is a choice. Now I'm using my whiteboard today to help me illustrate my points. We're going to discuss three tips that's going to help you overcome some of the most common fears that we have that stop us from starting our business. All right. As always, though, before we get started, if you got that boss mentality, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't miss a message. And as always, if you know somebody who's brilliant but has not gotten off their behind to go out and start their business or make themselves successful, please feel free to share it. Share this video and this message with them. Now, the thing we want to get into, as always, before I get to clanging banging, please forgive me if my voice is not as resonant as it usually is, because I'm just coming over the flu. I think everybody's getting the flu nowadays. Some of the things we want to understand as business people is that, you know, you have a lot of brilliant ideas. A lot of things will stop people from getting their business started. Some of the video content that I put out before has shown how easy it is to go out and actually become a business owner or an entrepreneur. It's not as brain intensive as it used to be maybe 20, 30 years ago. So we really want to understand what stops somebody if it's so easy and if it's so cheap. And if it's so easy to do, it's not something that you even have to get out sometimes and go out and do certain things. Why is it these people are not becoming entrepreneurs? So we're going to kind of dive into three tips and three things that we have to address as entrepreneurs that may be a hindrance for the person that wants to go out and start a business. The first thing we want to get into that may be a hindrance, this is going to be a very brief video because I got to get to work and I got to get in that gym, clanging and banging, clear out the signs and such, is uncertainty. That's the first thing. What is going to happen with my business? If I start a business, am I going to be successful? What do I sell? How do I sell it? What's the difference between what I'm offering and what another company is offering? What is the difference between what another person is offering? If I go out and spend money, is it going to be something that I'm going to be a failure at? You're overthinking. That's like saying, if I get in that marathon, am I going to win? Am I going to lose? Am I going to finish? You got to get off the couch first. Get out of your own head. In this world, there's going to be a lot of people that doubt you. Don't be that person that doubts yourself. The first thing I would encourage anybody to do, you don't know how things are going to turn out. They could come out and turn out to be incredibly smash hit for you, but you won't know unless you get in the game. Get out of your own head. Stop with the uncertainty. Take it one step at a time. How you overcome that is setting very short goals, very short benchmarks where you say, okay, I'm going to start my DBA. If you go back and see my content on how the 5 ways to start a business today cheap, you will go out and you'll say, let me get this accomplished. Let me get my DBA. Let me go back and get my EIN. All these things are little benchmarks, and it helps you get out of your own head. And as you get certain things done, you start seeing certain things come to fruition. It builds up your confidence. But you got to stop fearing uncertainty, because those things are just that. They're just that, uncertain. You could be a success, you could be a failure. And another thing you got to also understand, if you go back and watch some of my content, failure is part of the process. So don't ever fear that. The second thing we want to get into is discomfort. Now, why would discomfort be an issue? I feel comfortable. No, listen, let me explain this to you. Homeostatic theory covers the fact that most people don't fear, or they don't worry. They think that what motivates people is pleasure and pain. The thing that really motivates people is discomfort. If you're hungry, you need to eat because you're uncomfortable when you're hungry. If you're cold, you need to get out of the cold. Reason being cold is uncomfortable. If you're hot, you need some place where you can breathe a little bit because it makes you uncomfortable. Discomfort is the most motivating factor in our life and in our existence. So when you understand that, you also can identify that some of those fears that you have and some of those things that you're making a choice to be afraid of is only discomfort. You're used to a routine. You're used to going out and getting a paycheck. You're used to going out and working for this individual for a certain amount of time, a certain few hours. Going home, drinking a few beers, having a glass of wine, talking to a few people, meeting up with your friends for dinner. Sometimes you got to step out of that comfort zone and you understand that the fear, the thing that's stopping you from being successful is a little bit of discomfort. But here's the thing. You will never be successful in comfort. You never grow in comfort. So the thing I want to stress to everybody is understand that some of that fear is nothing but a little bit of discomfort. So if you really think about it, you'll overcome that fear and identify that it is discomfort that's making you unsuccessful or stopping you from starting your business. The last thing that people fear is the unknown. Now, people say, well, the uncertainty and the unknown is pretty much the same thing. In this context, they're not. Uncertainty, we were talking about the trajectory of your business. We were talking about the trajectory. What am I going to sell? Will I be successful? The unknown is, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm going to put out, how people are going to receive me. Very similar, but a little bit different. Get out of your head about the unknown. Instead of looking at it as something scary, look at it as an exploration. In this situation, you are Dora the Explorer. You're going out, you're trying to start a business, and it's an exciting journey. Think about the people and fear about being realistic. Becoming realistic about certain things. Understand that being realistic is making you, is understanding what it is that you're dealing with, and you're being overly critical of yourself. You're being a person who's like, oh, ain't nobody gonna come come to patronize my service. Ain't nobody needing what I have to offer. Be realistic. You don't know that. If there's a service out there, people will ask you for it. There's a demand for it. And if there's a demand for it, someone will pay for it. But you got to understand exactly how much those services are worth. Don't sell yourself short. Stop telling yourself and self-sabotaging what you're doing. If you're good at what you do, go out and make a business for it. Go out and pursue your dreams. So those are 3 tips that I give to anybody to go out today and start their business, to overcome the fear. Because absolutely never forget this. As long as you're in your head, there's two types of things that we go through as human beings. Is either the thought process, or the emotional process. Fear is an emotion. Making a choice is where you accept that emotion, and it deals with thought. If you can accept fear, you can also reject it. And if you reject it and get off your ass, you can now go out there and make these things happen. If you fail or not, that's all part of business. I don't care who you are. Bill Gates failed. Steve Jobs failed. You can fail. It's just about how many times you get back up on that horse. That said, let me get out this house. Let me go get in that gym, start clanging and banging, get my day started. I suggest that you guys do it too. Again, this message will not resonate with people. If you're not of the boss mentality, you want to be average Joe, that's fine. That's not for you. But for my bosses out there, my boss ladies, my boss players, I hope that this message resonates with you. I hope it motivates you. It's your morning motivation to get out there and get it started. Use your cell phones. Use those laptops. Use your idle time. Don't be idle. Be productive. As a result, again, if this message resonates with you, hit that like button. Smash that subscribe button. Hit me with some comments. Talk to your boy. Let me know what's going on. Engage me. Talk to me about what you want to do. Check the email below. You can always email me for some consultation. You can pick my brain and see how certain things happen, get a little further understanding of exactly what we talked about. As always, I wish you guys the best. Embrace your inner boss.
That was then, this is now, this for sure, let them know. That was them, this is me.